Rain falling in your face doesn't compare to the amount of pain, and it stays when you don't want to break all of those things that make you run away. Your love's like a battery charging my heart right now, and oh, you left all the things you had but not just found, and I know you had to go but left me not to know, like a snake's tongue is stung, but I had to show your battery.
Well, thanks for rearranging. We obviously were going to shoot this earlier in the week, weren't we? And then you, as an Arsenal fan, have chose to record this an hour after Arsenal just lost to Man City.
Yeah, for all my sins.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How are you feeling? You
2 chances, 2 goals, guy. You know football better than anyone, mate. Goals win games.
Yeah, it's a funny one. But I wanted to ask, obviously, because we're going to get into refereeing, because that's where you've gone to now. So talk me through from the referee's perspective, right? The decision not to send off Gabriel, because I know we talk about Welsh football, yeah, but everyone listening to this will have watched that game. I'm sure it's obviously such a massive game, or they'll have seen it on Match of the Day tonight. How was Gabriel not sent off?
I can't answer that, because for me, he's moved his head towards him. It's not a headbutt as such, but it's that motion, which is a straight red card.
But on every other football pitch, at any level, everyone understands that once the heads go together, be careful, and the second there's the slightest forward motion, that's going to be a red.
100%.
So how was that referee, and how is VAR not
We were talking about
involved? I was amazed.
I listened to on the radio in the car, and they were talking about saying it's definite red. The only reason they said that they think he didn't get sent off, although it got referred to VAR, was because Haaland didn't go down.
Haaland saved him by not rolling on the floor, holding his face.
The thing is, though, so that's what we're saying now, is that you have to roll around on the floor screaming?
Well,
I don't understand.
Because
this is the bit, because obviously you've made the transition, which we'll talk about now, from obviously playing, you're still coaching, but playing and coaching and refereeing and all that type of stuff. That is the stuff that drives hell into coaches. And as it happened, I'm raging, right? Because I don't like Arsenal. So I'm wanting Man City to win the game. And I actually said at the time, I said, you watch now, you watch. Pep Guardiola's getting a yellow, yeah? Because Pep Guardiola's going mad about it not being a red card, because next week one of his players will do that, it'll be a red card. And then what happened? Pep Guardiola gets a yellow card.
I showed Rod outside.
It's frustrating, man.
I showed Rod outside. I'm in an Arsenal group chat. There's about 7 people in this group chat. I even put in it then. Has to be a red there.
Yeah, straight red.
Has to be a red there.
Unbelievable.
Everyone in there is commenting.
Yeah.
Very lucky. Very, very lucky. What a stupid boy. Very lucky. How is that not red?
The thing is, people will say, oh, it's great, in such a spectacle, he kept him on the pitch and all of that. No, he should have a 3-match ban.
Yeah.
Because every other footballer in the world that does that in the next 2 weeks is going to get a red card and a 3-match ban. So why? Oh, bizarre.
Well, that's the one, like you said there with the Guardiola thing, wasn't it? And I know we were talking about it from a previous game down here. When something like that is a blatant thing that happens and is a game-changing incident, and from a referee's perspective, it'd be quite interesting this, when a manager's going absolutely bonkers in the dugout because they know that you've gone around the keeper, he's been taken out, it's a blatant foul, it's not happened, and then it's like, no, and then the coach gets a blue card, a fucking yellow card, whatever it is, whatever colour you come out with. Sometimes you just think, I know you've got to deal with it there at that point, but is there not, and because you've been a player, do you see it differently to some of these who come through who've clearly never played the game but have read a fucking book?
For me, I understand frustration's part of the game.
Yeah.
Like, if someone shouted, hey, come on, ref, that's a penalty, I'm going over, I'm having a conversation with him, I'll tell him what I've seen, why I haven't given it. It depends on what they say. and how they come across to whether they're being booked or not.
I noticed yesterday, because saying Matt ref Sam's game, I noticed a couple of the players having a go at you about offsides and stuff. And in fairness, I said when you walked over and explained to the player, straight away you could see the kid who was 10 yards behind everyone else just went, all right. All right, no worries. But sometimes that don't happen though. You've gone and spoken to the player, whereas we talked about it before, my biggest bugbear referees is when it's that whole, you're like, oh, come on. Just go.
Like I said,
take football out, football context out of it. You know, sometimes in life, right, you make a decision on something, and pretty quickly you think, the reaction of everyone else around me suggests I might have made a mistake here, right? These are the ones I'm talking about. Not is that a penalty or not.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, really, as a manager, got a better view than a linesman and a referee, right? So, okay, that's a bit subjective. But I'm talking about the stuff here. Like, for the referee to have booked him, he has seen that, and he's got VAR in the Arsenal game now. When the manager's going scatty about that, surely that is the time to be a person and go over and say, listen, I might have seen that wrong. I might not have seen it properly. But come on, I don't want to have to book you.
Yeah, of course.
But it's like, no, he's shouting at me, yellow card. Yeah. It's like, no, Gabriel nearly scored at the far post, by the way, after that incident. Now imagine he'd scored off a corner, and that changes the destination of the English Premier League, because the referee decided he was going to keep 11 on the pitch, and Guardiola gets the yellow.
you know with that as well, the radio was saying that who was the ref?
I can't remember that.
He's a senior referee.
Yeah.
They were saying, it's because he's the senior referee, he's given a yellow. If it would have been one of the newer junior referees who've just joined the ranks, they would have given a red. I'm going, how does that work?
Well, back to the official of that game. Obviously, this Haaland-Gabriel talking point is going to be the major thing. But for me, the best thing about the official of that game is the tussle between Gabriel and Haaland all game. Yeah. They were both pulling and shoving and pushing.
Yeah.
Get on with that. There's none of this free kick here, free kick here. If you do it together, get on with it.
Anthony Taylor.
And there'll be so many officials, you got him first, free kick.
Yeah.
And that's in the top level of English football.
Yeah.
But he just let them play. They want to grab each other.
It was quite an enjoyable battle, that one. But anyway, so we'll start with the refereeing, because you must have been a bit mad in the first place because you were a goalkeeper, which we'll come back to. But I was obviously talking to you for a year or so when you were getting at it about whether you continue or not, because you were starting to say that you were like aching for 3 days, and I was like him. I was like, fuck off, you're a goalie. What do you mean you...
They don't understand, mate, do they? They don't understand.
Hard work standing wrong for 89.5 minutes, innit?
At the time, I was doing house removals as well.
Yeah.
So I'm limping wardrobes and pianos up and downstairs for a living Monday to Friday.
I wasn't.
Throwing your body all over the place out there on a Saturday afternoon. There's no place anywhere in the world I'd rather be but there. Yeah.
So what led you to think, I'll have a go at refereeing? Because you haven't just sort of dabbled, you've gone full on into it.
To be fair, I was speaking to Ben Stitz, the start of the end of the season before the World Cup, 3 years ago, something like that. Yeah. I said, Ben, I'm done. I said, find somebody else next season, I'm done. Pre-season come, nobody come in. I'm thinking, fuck, what am I going to do here now? Yeah. And I can't even short now, can I? Fuck, what am I going to do? Start of the season
made him play himself in goals, mate.
Start of the season come, I'm still thinking, fuck, Ben, come on, you've got to help me out here. And then obviously, the French students come over then, didn't they?
That's right. Oh, of course, yeah, there was a...
And then Ben said, I can get a French student. He's signed. He'll be available Saturday. Saturday come and gone. Waiting on international clearance. I was like, fucking hell, Ben.
Exciting.
Another 3 weeks. Waiting. I said, Ben, listen, I'm done. Went to come back, and Ben, I'll tell you, there was absolute uproar. Because I was working away, I think it was up in Scotland, and Ben phoned me. He said, you available tonight for training? I said, no, I'm away. Okay, great, no problem. You there Saturday? I said, yeah, I'll play. I said, but like, you need to worry this through. Yeah, you're in the squad, no problem. It was come back away. And then all of a sudden, I get an email on my phone, comment, you've been terminated. So I was like, the fuck's going on here? So straight away, I screenshotted the Ben. I said, Ben, you just spent 10 minutes on the vote me asked if I'm available. You've terminated me. No, I fucking haven't. This was on a Friday afternoon, actually. 4:30 on a Friday. No, I fucking haven't. You're playing tomorrow. I said, well, I'm not registered. Another club had forced a transfer through for me and signed it off. And that had gone through for me to play for them on the Saturday. So Ben had to ring FSC or whatever it is, he had to ring. And
This new system working well there. You can just go, I'm having him.
I'm having him, or I'll just have him and he can't play on Saturday.
So Ben had to go through all this rigmarole, and I think it was like literally 5:58, and it had gone back that I was eligible to play then
On Friday.
on the Saturday.
Before they all went home for the weekend.
And he said, what happened? I said, Ben, I'm fucking carrying waters up and downstairs for a living, mate. I ain't got time to sign fucking transfer forms. And he's like, leave it with me, I'll sort it. And it's just constant phone calls. He got it sorted in the end, and we went up, come back away. Got beat. I had a good game, to be fair. Got beat, and from there I thought, the fuck am I doing? There's got to be better ways to enjoy my Saturday.
I agree with that, but how the fuck did you choose refereeing?
My missus will tell you, I love football. I love football. Like, literally, all that's on in my house and home is football. And I thought, I want to stay involved somehow. My initial thing was local leagues. Just do the local parks level. Because there's nothing worse than seeing a game with no referees. Like, so many crazy incidents have happened in the last couple of years in Cardiff alone. Get referees on the games, happy days, and out. And to be fair, well, one game I've had to abandon. But apart from that, no issues. A couple of cards here and there, and that's it.
How do you find those ones where it all kicks off? I spoke about it in the last series. I can't remember who it was. It was one of the first episodes. I'd refereed in the kids
festival.
the festival over there, and I think it was the end of my first game in the under-15s, and it was like one of the coaches had definitely said to a lad, "Go and punch that kid off the ball," and all of a sudden there's like a 22-man brawl. Now, again, you know, you're like, you should abandon this, kick them out of the tournament, everything else. But you're just thinking, this is horrendous. Now, what are you going to do about this?
Yeah, like with me, when people say to me,
I just remember what I did was I just said, right, listen, there's a free kick here for the original foul. You're going to take that free kick and you're going to smash it as high over the crossbar as you can kick it. If you shoot a goal, I'm going to find a reason to disallow it. And by the time that ball is on the line to take the goal kick, I'm going to blow for full time. Or I can abandon the match and you're both kicked out of the tournament. What are we going to have? And they were, oh, thanks, ref, thanks, ref, thanks, ref. No, thankfully, it's a bit of a gamble from me, that.
Yeah.
Because thankfully, the rest of the day, both teams were like angels. The lad who started it all came and apologised to me later. I was like, don't apologise to me, no one punched me. But that's one of those things that, you know, sort of looking back at it at the end of the day and just thinking, do you know what, like, still not sure that was the right thing to do, because if it had all kicked off again, I'd have been the one that should have kicked them out earlier on in the tournament, shouldn't I? So it's hard when it all kicks off like that, and I think no one wants to abandon a game of football, do they? Especially when it's kids. Because it was the coach who was, but you know, tournaments are not really set up to deal with it. If it was a league game, you just report it to the league. They deal with the coach.
100%.
He's in trouble, isn't there?
Then you think like that. The incident we had last season when you were reffing when we were at Pomprenoi, where you've got to make a split-second decision, was like that kid was going so bonkers that we would have had to have made a split-second decision. If the coach would let go of him, bigger than me, 14 years of age, bigger than me, that's the thing with it. Some of those things when they kick off are after. You'd like to think, well, I do that.
I find that hard though, because you know you're not, obviously you were a player. You know you're a big lad as well, so you're able to see, oh, that guy's in danger. How hard is that as a ref when he kicks off? Then not to, like, because your role is observe, isn't it? It's not to be the hero. Because if the referee gets knocked out, you can't report it. You don't see anything.
Like for me personally, I try and stand back. I'm not going to say I do it every single time. But I do try and make notes. 8 has punched 21 or whatever, and deal with the cautions there if the game can go ahead. If not, jot everything down, put in a report, and send it off, and let the relevant people deal with the relevant, do their thing, so to speak.
I know it doesn't happen that often, but when it does, pretty.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. But the one I had to. What are we doing now, ref? I said, well, I don't know about you. He said, what? I said, I'm going home. He said, see you later.
Yeah.
I said, that's my work here is done.
Yeah. I think it's better nowadays when in most leagues the referee has to be paid before the game now, don't they?
Yeah, yeah.
Because I can't imagine that you've had to abandon the game, all sorts has happened. They probably hate you, and then you go, "Can I have my money?" And then there's going to be another issue now. Some clubs are going to say, "Oh, we're not paying you," and all that. So yeah.
But again, that just gets reported to the league, and then the league chase them up from there.
No, it's hassle, though, isn't it?
But this day and age, regarding like mass brawls and incidences, I know you spoke about them earlier on about VOs. You hate them.
No, but
if you, as
what I would say is I hate them. I hate watching tier 6 football teams with VOs for coaching reasons. They're tier 6 players.
Yeah.
Right. You can't have nights in here with the screens over there with tier 6 players talking to them about trigger points and all of it. Like, they don't understand how they would do that, right? But VO saved us out here recently. One of the most ludicrous red cards I've ever seen in my life, and that's some statement. And we got it overturned because there's VO footage of it. I've got no problem with that. And players love watching their goals and all that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if you were talking about, like, Trevelyan have just won the Cymru South, listen, they should have a VO because, the coaches and the players can use the things. Do you know what I mean? But, yeah, when I'm watching VOs and clubs that have got pitches where the ball doesn't stay on the floor because there's just divots every 3 yards, and just like, well, just get a flat pitch before you worry about a VO.
Yeah, but from the official, if it all kicks off,
you can just say,
prime example, Lamram, you have a VO, can you request the footage from there? And then the relevant people request the footage, and then, again, if there's something in there which I haven't seen, they pick up on.
Yeah.
So it's good as a referee that way. Like, there's a few Cardiff Parks pitches where I've reffed, and you're thinking, fuck, I hope I got VO here, because if this kicks off, I ain't getting up here. And there's a few pitches in Cardiff, you're thinking, there's a VO over there, happy days. Because it's like, as a referee on the Parks pitches, some of them, you're relying on people walking by. Because if it does kick off, you're relying on people taking their kids to the park or dog walkers. But there's some pitches around here, you don't get into that.
Was there anywhere, because obviously you've started now doing some Alliance League games and all that, haven't you, this season? When you were like really starting out, before you sort of got heavily into it, were there places you were thinking, when you got appointed, not a club, but a venue? Because some of them, if it kicks off, are worse places to be than others, isn't they?
I think when I first started refereeing, the first place I went to do a game was Avenue Hotspur's pitch.
Oh, was it right up
right
the
up the top, right up the very top, and you're going down there, it's down the bank, and you're thinking, there's not many people there.
Yeah, there's no quick escape from that.
I didn't like playing there, mate, so I'm not sure.
But to be fair, every single time I got up there, whether I've been reffing Avenue or K&H who play up there, never had an issue.
Cardiff Hibs used to play as well, didn't they?
Yeah, Cardiff Hibs used to have it before. Never had an issue. Never had an issue up there. So, and I've done some daunting games up there, like Tiger Bay up there, and you're thinking, I don't want to be here. But to be fair, everyone shook hands after the game and it's done.
A lot of that's just perception, though, isn't it?
Oh, 100%.
The old Butetown Park was famous for years. It was like the San Siro, as some people used to call it.
Canal Park.
And but like I think I've probably played 4 matches there, I'd say, over the years in cups and junior football and stuff like that. Never the slightest issue. No, I'm sure. If a team goes there and misbehaves, they don't stand backwards, but never had an issue.
I played there for the Drax against Butetown on a midweek. Oh my God, it's horrendous. Stood there in goals, literally looking at my mate playing right back, thinking, I don't want to be here. I want to be anywhere other than this studio right now.
I've played down there a few times, and I've reffed down there a few times.
Yeah.
Very feisty games are some of the ones I've reffed.
Yeah.
But you know what? They were like, once the dust is settled, the first thing they'll do is make sure the officials have gone safely.
Yeah.
Nothing, like, I got nothing but respect down there.
Yeah.
in fairness, it's a lot about the Gareth said. It's a lot about the perception that you make it. It's something that I've said for a long time about certain things, about making it like we referenced it with STM, didn't we, over there on the 3G? Yeah. Is that like make it on the 3G, make it like a jungle. People hated coming down to play against STM, because you were going to be playing against STM on 3G. But also knowing the boys and girls who come along to support would make it really intimidating.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, no, like I said, Canal Park never had an issue down there.
Yeah.
Never. Like I was in a line one game this season versus Langina. I think Langina went down there and beat them 1-0. They were all shouting offside. Wasn't offside to this day. I'll stand by that. Yeah. Went through, scored, and they were all argumentative. Referee dealt with it. Yeah. After the game, cheers, Lionel, thank you very much. Off you went. Not an issue at all. Yeah. No issue at all.
They're a good team as well, aren't they, now?
Yeah, they've got some very good players.
So you've come up now refereeing in the Alliance. So like, what's the sort of timescales for you moving up? Obviously, it depends on your reports and stuff like that.
I've had the right number of. I've done more than enough games this year to get put us all done on observations and your scores on the observations. I've had enough observations. I don't know how they do the maths, so I'll leave that out to Mike Pedler and things like that. And if my observations are good enough, hopefully I'll get promoted at the end of the season.
Yeah, and that's when you find out it's the end of the season.
Yeah, so they normally do them just before the summer seminar.
Okay. When
they introduce to all the referees and new rule changes go through them.
What's the next rung on the ladder for you then?
So it'll be a 4A, which will be a Lions Prem all the way down.
Okay.
So they work as a 4C, which you can do local parks games.
Yeah.
And called up to that. Is it Division 1? The bottom league in the Alliance?
Yes, it is now, isn't it?
Yeah, because you've got Division 1 Championship and then a Prem.
Division 1 East and West, isn't it?
So you can do Division 1 if you're called up. Yeah. 4B is predominantly Division 1. You can get called up to the Championship if they're short. Okay. And a 4A is from the Prem down.
Okay.
But because I've done a lining course as well, I do quite a lot of lines on the Ardell as well.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting. I know we talked about Tom earlier. It'd be interesting to see what happens with that, because in terms of, like we were saying, when you referee in games, what doesn't happen with a lot of older generation referees is they don't talk to the players. Witness Day said, you doing it yesterday, is you talk to the players. It is a difference, and the players do respect the fact that you talk to them.
Yeah. But I think that's
no, because you're just thinking, mate, you're just not helping yourself here, are you?
Again, I think that's just down to the fact that I've only recently stopped playing the game.
Yeah.
And like, I've been around the game a long time. I've had my fair share of cautions over the years as well. For in my head back then at the time, you're thinking there's nothing. But when you actually look into the nuts and crannies of things, you're thinking actually, that's time wasting yellow card, which I got booked for 4 times in 4 games over there. They were all fucking warranted.
Yeah, goalies can waste a lot of time if.
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
Well, Snorri, Cardiff Warriors, we played them over there on a Friday night. I think we are 3-2 up with a couple of minutes to play. I can't remember who's ref. And I said, ref, how long? He said, well, at the last minute, they run through and score. I think it was 90 plus 8. I said, where'd you get that from? He said, keeper, you wasted 5 minutes. I was like,
we've mentioned this before on a previous episode as well. So talk me through then. Now, you'll have a better understanding. You've got a mentor. You've got people that obviously grade you and stuff like that. How is it possible? Because you might be able to enlighten a lot of people listening to this, right? How is it possible to say, ref, how long, please? And they say 5 minutes. And you say, is that all in? And they say yes, meaning 4 minutes stoppage time. So in 45 minutes of football, we've accumulated 4 minutes of stoppage time.
Yeah.
No problem. There's no argument about the number 4. How can you still be playing 9 minutes later?
It depends if somebody goes down with an injury. Obviously, the watches stop from there. Substitutes, how many substitutes come on, goal celebrations, all sorts of things like that you take into consideration.
Yeah, an injury, I think most people would understand that. But how is it? So take it from the 90 minute. So you're at 90.
Yeah.
So if it was a high level game, a board would go up, say, in 4 minutes.
Yeah.
How is it possible that I'm still playing 9 minutes later? Because there's only 4 minutes left. So how am I still playing 9 minutes later?
We talked about it, though, isn't it? Is it that could be, which we referenced before, is it that potentially they haven't added the time on. Because there was a game start of the season, I've talked about it previously, whereby I asked the question on the side. I was just watching. How long's left? 6 minutes. All in. Yes. Tackle, melee, goes on, and I timed it. 2 minutes, 40 seconds.
Yeah.
Nothing else, no subs, nothing else happened in the game. Ref played 98 minutes. Yeah, I can count. Ref played 99 minutes. Yeah, I can count. Ref played 100 minutes. Yeah, I can count. 101st minute, ball comes in, goal, full time. How?
And those two teams are now neck and neck in a relegation battle, and it might come down to goal difference, who goes down and who stays up. Right? One team should have 2 more points than they've got. The other team should have 1 less point than they've got.
Yeah.
And it's a lot clearer for them.
I said, Gareth, it may genuinely have been, he lost his head, didn't actually accumulate.
But what I'm asking is, do you do it, or do you get told to do it? For the 45 previous minutes, you only really stop the watch if someone's taking the piss.
Yeah.
Or if a ball goes over a fence or something like that. Fair enough, whatever it is. But then once it gets to the 90th minute, it's like every time there's a throw-in, you're stopping. Like, what is it? How is it? Because I see it so often now, and I'm not against this, like 8 minutes of added time. No problem. There's been wasted time. But if you tell me 8, we can't be playing 15 minutes later. It's not. It's just. It's mathematically impossible.
So it's normally 30
unless someone
seconds.
goes down.
It's normally 30 seconds per sub. So you know 5 subs at this window.
Yeah.
So that's 10 subs. That's 5 minutes there.
No,
but
I'm accepting though that if there's 4 minutes left and all of a sudden there's 6 substitutions, yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
But that's not happening. I don't understand. I didn't know if there's some sort of directive. Is the reason I'm asking you.
No.
Where they sort of say, look, once you're in, if it's a close game, once you're in the deaths, the ball go almost treat it like basketball. Stop the watch.
If people are taking the mick, then yeah, I'll say like today. I done a youth game today, and I said to the captain, I said, listen, in the first half you're moaning they were winning 1-0.
Yeah.
I spoke to the captain saying, listen, set pieces, goal kicks, whatever, hurry him up. I said, it's a cheap 12 quid. Like for me, you're 12 quid out of pocket. Second half they took the lead 2-1, fine. They started taking the mick. I said, right, Skip, I've warned you once. Now I'm telling you. And the next time I got to tell you again, it's 12 quid. It makes no odds to me whatsoever.
You know that as well, though, right? So it's the common. Sorry, I'm moving away from your Gareth's question, but the common sense thing in that is right. If you're taking the piss as a goalkeeper, I've done it myself. You do it. You know, your laces, it's something, it's your glove. You waste time. If you go, skipper, listen, last warning, any more yellow card, right? That's it. It's sometimes you see some just run up and go yellow, and like. I'm not saying it's wrong, but just sometimes it's a common sense thing again. Of, look, I know you're taking the piss, right? Get on with the game.
I think I do it more because I've paid so much in fines for fucking time.
The game.
Thing is, I think with anything in football though, if you warn a player, even if someone like you who's played football for a long time said, listen, I know what you're doing. I used to do it. Next time it's going to be a yellow. It's up to you. But you said something interesting to me there, right? Because obviously all these rule changes are coming in and stuff like that. All these things are being trialled. You know, like when you say, they're taking a bit long to take set pieces.
Yeah.
What's a bit long?
15, 20 seconds for me. That's my opinion, 15, 20 seconds. But that's when they're in possession of the ball. For a goalkeeper, that's when the ball is spotted. Not when they're the ball.
Yeah.
I take one consideration.
Because obviously you know Dom Dwyer well.
Yeah.
Now, Dom was always very polite with referees.
Yeah.
Did their heads in. But excuse me, referee, sir, was how he would sort of... Can you tell me this, please? That sort of thing.
I gave him a pre-season game over here. I think it was the start of this season. And there was a challenge and I've shouted advantage. They've gone through, they've hit the side netting. Yeah. Referee, next time, please, we have the free kick. In there, I'm thinking, you fucking what? You've just gained 80 yards at the side netting.
Yeah. Yeah. But he was... So referees would be like... So, for example, Dom, for me, used to take corners. People used to ask why, and I used to tell him to look at his goal record. That's why he took corners.
I think he only scored one for it. He was polished away off his shin.
But he was... he scored a few for Landrumley as well, didn't he? But his delivery was the best in the league, right? So why wouldn't you have him taking corners?
Yeah.
But sometimes he'd be sort of trotting over to take a corner, and a referee would be saying, hurry up, please. And he'd look at him and said, there's absolutely no law that requires me to sprint over and take this corner. He's not walking, he's not taking a piss, he's not pulling his socks up, he's jogging over to take a corner. You can't, and this is where I'm worried where that debate is going at the moment, is that you've only got so long potentially to take a corner or it gets reversed to a goal kick or a caution or whatever.
Yeah.
That's the problem I've got with that, is that people making that decision have never played football. Because the last thing you want to do when you're taking a corner is be out of breath. So you don't want to sprint. Imagine a left back's taking a corner.
Yeah.
You're telling a left back he's got to sprint 70 yards, put the ball down and take a corner.
I mean, I've asked the questions of when does this whole 8 second thing count with the throw-ins, and that's what they're trialing next year. Yeah. I'm waiting for clear answers. For me, it should be when they're in possession of the ball. So when it's physically hands-on, when it's there, they can go.
Yeah, again, but no issue with that. But the reason, I asked you the question. I said, you said they're taking too long to take dead balls, and I say to you, how long's too long? And you say 15 to 20 seconds. I'm sure that's sensible if you watch it. If you actually watch 15 seconds, I'm sure you're thinking, do you know any longer than that is taking the piss? But that's not a law, is it? So someone else, I could name him but won't. Someone else will decide, no, 8 seconds is long enough.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. That's the problem with it. And this whole thing of, a lot of the law changes are the same, but the only people bothered that the ball is only in play this much, that are actually involved in the playing and officiating of the game, seems to be referees. No coach or player I have ever spoken to in my life, encountered, watched on TV, listened to on a podcast, has ever said, it'd be nice if the ball was in play more. That's not the game, it's not basketball. So I don't understand some of these rules that are coming in, and that brings me on to, I wrote it down earlier, I saw it on Twitter earlier on. We've had the first contentious daylight decision in football. They're trialling it in Canada, I think. Canadian Premier League, I think. We've had the first goal scored with a VAR decision that there's not daylight between the players. So when you watch it, it looks so weird. Have a look at it later on.
Yeah.
It's so weird. The ball is flicked on, and you can see just from the general match camera, before they even bring you level, that guy is what we would call today a yard or two offside behind the right back at the far post. And he bangs it in the net, and you go, that's miles offside. We would describe that in that scenario as miles offside.
Yeah.
Goal. How on earth now, as somebody that will be refereeing on your own for a couple more years yet, at least, right? Till you get to, obviously, levels where you'll have assistance. How on earth are you supposed to give that?
It's all down to your positioning and how you get around the pitch. I mean, I know for myself now, if I want to get promoted, I've got to pass another fitness test.
Yeah.
And that will prove whether I'm fit enough to do the next level up, so to speak.
Yeah. You know that as well, though, right? And we've had a couple, and we've referenced it a few times. You've got aspirations. You want to go higher, and you want to go higher leagues, right? Wicked. You do all the training for it. You want to be the best you can be to deliver the best you can be as a referee, right? What about the others that are up there on the way down that don't have that mentality about fitness, or don't have the fitness, or have got an injury and can't do it? What happens then? They're a 15, 20-year experienced referee who haven't got the fitness now to be in these positions to see daylight, and they're just guessing.
But for those watching us on camera, though, right? We'll use these Carlsberg cans, right? So if you're in line with the offside line there, so that's the defensive line. If you're in line, you can see that, right? Yeah. So for those who are not watching the camera, that's probably half a body is onside, half a body is offside. So it'd be one of those VAR decisions, right? Now we're saying 99% of the body can be offside, but if the toenail is in line with the heel of the defender, that's now onside in law. And what I'm saying is, I mean, I don't understand how an assistant referee is supposed to see that, right? Is it daylight or is it not? But they might have VAR or whatever, but they won't have it in the Championship, right? And lower than that. But you're on your own, so you can't. Let's say it was a dead ball, like the goal I'm talking about in Canada. You might be stood dead in line there.
Yeah.
But if it was open play, your position's going to be where your can is.
Yeah.
How on earth are you meant to judge daylight there when you can't be in line? Because if you're in line, you're in a bad position. Because if the ball breaks and goes the other way, you're 50 yards behind play now. How are you supposed to see daylight anything below Premier Divisions of National Leagues? How can an adult assistant referee see that compared to that?
Well,
You're basically looking down at feet, aren't you?
yeah, you're basically...
Because even with level, you can get it wrong, right? But if you let's say, you know, for those who are not watching it on camera now, put it in line with the camera. So, look, that guy is technically offside there, right? The coat cam, because he's marginally, maybe a shoulder width offside. There's a chance these guys can get back now.
Yeah.
If he's there and given onside, these defenders can't get back. So that wrong offside decision now is going to lead to a goal more often than it's not. And it gives people a cop-out as well. No daylight. These people will look miles offside to people, won't they?
Oh,
when 95% of their body actually is offside, but they've got a shoulder that's level with something.
You'll end up having strikers running away from defenders with an arm out.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of them, as an official on your own, it's when I call both captains in, I'll say to them, like, a ball's going to travel faster than a 16-rope stone bloke. Yeah. You don't look like a stupid bunch of people. Play to the whistle.
Give we see.
Yeah.
I'm human, just like you are.
Yeah.
I'm going to make mistakes, just like you are. I don't have them running at me, screaming at me that I made a mistake.
Yeah, you haven't got assistants, you haven't got VAR.
I'm one man on my own.
But I don't understand how you guys are meant to get it right. I think by all these ideas constantly changing the laws of the game, I think they're making it harder for you.
Do you know...
Because people won't be shocked to hear me say, I'm thinking about, as a coach, how are you going to have to play differently when that law comes in? And at the moment, the only answer I can find is you're going to have to play deeper.
Yeah.
Well, I thought no one wanted that in football. I thought everyone wanted front foot pressing the ball. You can't do that anymore if the guy can be 2 yards offside, but they can claim that, no, there was no daylight and he's in behind. You're going to have to play deeper, aren't you?
Well, hypothetically speaking, yeah.
Plus, you're thinking like, even if people are going to start referencing Tom earlier, but the VO angle is still, the only way you're going to be able to do it is almost have two VOs.
Yeah.
But even then, it's not going to be in line necessarily with the people that are actually there.
I think it's making it so tough for you guys, that daylight one. I hope not all trials pass.
But again, like I said, most do. It is a trial, so again, it might just be a case of when they go to these big meetings, they'll strike it off and say...
Yeah, but it's in the Canadian Premier League, so it's on camera and there's VAR.
Trialled in the Canadian Premier League.
Yeah, but I think it needs trialling in the leagues that are not Premier Leagues, because they could trial it in the Welsh Premier League. There's VAR.
Yeah.
But do you not think with that, though, is it going to become a case of like what it happened to Wrexham did in the FA Cup? What's the one when they played Chelsea and they lost in extra time?
Yeah.
Had VAR, and what they said was, had they played the game earlier, the round before, they would have knocked Chelsea out because they didn't have VAR.
Yeah.
It's exactly that. Do they end up going, there's elite, so at the elite level, you play daylight, but actually everything below elite that hasn't got VAR,
you can't
have two rules.
No, that's the thing, because there's, I run training courses for people all across the country, and there's one guy that coaches junior football in England, and his age group that he coaches is the last age group that's allowed to head the ball.
Okay.
Right? And I was asking him about it, and I'm still convinced he must have got it wrong, but he's adamant that the age groups below now, they're playing non-heading, and he's adamant that they're going to be doing it until like under 16s or something like that. And I'm thinking, hold on, that can't be true, because the way the sport has to be played, if you're not allowed to head the ball, it completely changes the sport. Because now, think about the defensive line that a team holds.
Yeah.
That's based on the fact that, right, okay, that's where the ball is, this is where we're going to be. So more often than not, this is where the ball would land if there's a clearance, and we will head it, we will do whatever, and we'll play. It's just encouraging long ball over the top, because you'll just stick the kids at the back that have got the biggest boot, that can kick it the furthest, because if you can kick it above chest height, well, they're not allowed to head it, and now it's just going to be a race back the other way. So all it's going to mean is that coaches, as they get older, they're going to make the kids play really, really deep so that the ball can't be put behind them. And then once they're 17 and they're playing youth football, you can head it now. So you're going to have a generation of footballers that can't head the ball.
Yeah.
Some of these trials are just batty.
What happens another one, if you're playing in that situation then, if you do knock it long, what happens if they do try and head it? Is it a free kick, is it?
Well, but this is it. I would imagine it'd be, I don't know, but I imagine it'd be treated like a handball. If it's going over your head and you do that, because you're essentially cheating, because you're not allowed to head it.
I think my missus, her age group now, I think they're not allowed to head it at her age group now here, but next year they start at
how old's that?
Under 10s they are now.
Fine. It was when he was telling me but still, I said this to the guy at the time. I said, but the thing is, like, at some point in your life, if you're going to play football, you're going to have to learn to head the ball.
Yep.
So if you're learning to do it at 18,
That's too late.
you're not.
It's far too late.
But also, there has to be an age, like, okay, so let's say they're introducing it in under 11 or under 12 when you go to high school. Like that. Fine, but you're going to be behind in that technique. But it blew my mind when it was the 16 thing, and it's obviously a trial in there, and they want to get people to play, and they want people to play with the ball on the floor, and I understand all that. But the thing is, the consequence of some of these things, like the no heading for kids, means people are going to play deeper, or teams are going to boot it long more because the defence can't head it away anymore. And I wonder whether that's what's going to happen with some of these, the daylight offside rule. Because at the moment, I'd have a long think about it, but that's how I'll coach it. You're going to have to play deeper, guys. You're going to have to play so no one can ever get behind you.
I think with that daylight one, if it comes in, they're basically 2 bags of fun in your box, and there's so much space in the middle of the park for everyone else. And that's the only way you can do it, but I personally can't see that coming in.
They don't always go through. You would have been too young. But there was a trial when I was about 13. You couldn't be offside from a ball played in your own half.
Okay.
Which I loved. So I played up front. So it meant lots of service from your fullbacks, diags and stuff like that, because you imagine, like, you're in the box, they clear it. You don't have to get back on side, because if your defender wins it now, you could be stood on a penalty spot. Obviously, it didn't see the light of day and it didn't make it through. But I do worry there's not many of these trials nowadays that they don't become law.
Isn't there one of the other ones they're bringing in as well, the substitution thing? Isn't that coming in? Where they're on about, so to stop this thing of like touch lines there, right wingers over there, and the right winger gets taken off. To get off. And they're like, I think it's 10 seconds, but you've got to leave the field at the nearest exit. And if you don't leave the field, it's a minute delay before the sub can come on.
Oh, yeah,
something like that.
That's what I know.
That's not bad one, that. Because that's exactly that, isn't it? You know full well. I've even watched it a few times with Cardiff with Sam. Is the players that are coming off, as soon as their ball goes out, they just start migrating to the far touchline, and then all of a sudden their number comes up, and then they just trot back over again.
See, with me, I start to manage people like number 7. Yeah, who's coming off? Please challenge number 7. But do me a favour, 7.
Yeah,
go over there. Yeah. Let's go over there. Let's get the game played.
Yeah.
So
that's common sense again.
9 times out of 10, like, no worries, cheers, ref.
Yeah. That's common sense though. There will be occasions where someone will do that and take the piss, and they'll get booked rather than someone just going, just go off over there.
Yeah. Wasn't it 10 seconds? I'm sure I heard one of the trials is going to be, but if you don't, you've got 10 seconds to get off. But again, you've got to be specific with that. So your goalkeeper 8-second one, it's from when the goalkeeper has got possession of the ball. There's no one stopping him playing. Fine.
I rate that I do.
10 10 seconds from when? Because that's got to be really clear to everyone.
Yeah,
Because otherwise it'll be 10 seconds from the moment you went, ref, sub, please.
I don't know what I was going to ask you that, actually. You know, the goalkeeper in 8 seconds rule?
Yep.
Right? Because I've had an argument with someone who know we're ref on this. In England, so in Wales, do we count down or do we count up?
Down.
Okay. In England, he reckons they count up. And I'm going, they fucking don't. I've watched them. I've watched the guy, every time there's a ref with Cardiff City, go 5,
Yep.
4, 3. But the ref here has told me that they count up.
Why would you count up? Well, so the reason they told us we count down is you do 8 to 5 in your head.
And then 5, 4,
4, so everyone can hear you, the keeper, so you're loud and clear to the keeper.
So a brilliant variation here a few weeks ago. Won't name the referee. Might look a bit like Borat. Actually does it silently. That's quite good fun. So the goalkeeper picks the ball up and he looks at the halfway line and he's on 2.
But is it silently or just softly spoken, not like us?
No, because I was, because of what was going on in the game, I was watching very closely, thinking we'll have a free kick given against us or something here now. So I'm watching him and I've watched him pick it up and I'm doing it in my own head and I'm going 5, 4, and I've looked at the ref who stood on the halfway line going.
But you know with that though, right? Is while we say the expectation of the difference is you'd call it, and I've seen you watch him do it, count it down, right? As a goalkeeping coach, as a goalkeeper as well, you've got your own responsibility there. You count it in your own head.
Yeah.
I pick it up. I'm counting down from 8 to 1. In my own head. You know.
I've been pleasantly surprised though with how Welsh referees have managed that one. I was expecting to see some silly ones, and I'm probably jinxing this now. I'm going to watch a ridiculous one on Saturday, but I was expecting to see some ridiculous ones where a keeper would fall on the ball and someone would be lying on top of them and they'd be starting counting.
That has happened.
And I was picturing which ones I thought would do it, but I haven't personally.
That has happened in the Welsh Prem. I thought one of our Willow's favourite did it. Where exactly that. Keeper's dived on the ball, he's got it, the striker's on top of him, right? And the ref starts counting. And he's got the ball, because he's got the ball in his hands, and he counts down, he gives a corner, and you could see him going like, he's on top of me. Corner.
Markham Jones, Unbelievable.
Gets mentioned every game.
So you've mentioned the girls' football a couple of times as well. Obviously, you've been coaching now Lanrumley's girls since they were, blimey, Charlie. How little were they when they started out?
6s.
Yeah.
Under 6s.
Tiny little things, weren't
they? Me and John. Well, John started them first of all. And I kind of jumped on board the start of last season.
Yeah. Glory hunting, aren't you, really?
Well, someone's got to run, mate.
But you've obviously been there all the time anyway, haven't you?
Oh yeah, because obviously my daughter plays from anyway, so
yeah. I went to for those who don't know, I went to watch them in the semi-final the other week. Very good win, wasn't it? Over the back of my house. I couldn't really not come and watch, could I? I'd have been. But obviously it was a good win on the day. But I did have to pull you up on one thing though. You on our touchline with the referee. What an absolute hypocrite.
Oh, I'm terrible for that.
What a hypocrite. I thought, Jesus. Oh, wow.
It's not so much criticising every decision. The one that got me is, our girls on a shot, their players like this. And they sit there straight in the hands. And he said, no.
She did. I was obviously.
Something like.
She had her fists together. Imagine like a goalkeeper goes to punch. Yeah. Well, she did the punching motion without actually doing that. But it wasn't like protecting the face or anything. It was a ball that had travelled from about 25 yards, 20 yards away. And she's done this. Like that. And he said, it's not handball. And he said it was a natural position.
It was. This is what got my back up. This is what got my back up more than anything here, Rod. It was a natural position because I've got a daughter myself.
Yeah.
And that was it. My head was gone by that point.
It's a natural position if it's you shooting and I'm here. Maybe you go sort of like, nah. But like, if it's a distance, well, I wasn't there. But if it's a distance one, you're thinking, nah.
Funny one though, because he's saying I've got a daughter myself. Now, if your daughter's 14 or 15, I understand why they might put their hands up
Yeah,
to protect
yeah.
their chest. These are 8 and 9-year-old girls. It's not an issue there.
Probably harder than the same age boys.
I was like, well, so have I got a daughter. Like, she's the next.
That's not a reason.
and from there, like, I got my backup from there. And to be fair, he should have put me, but are we never? I don't know.
Yeah.
Are we never? I don't know.
Some good players, though, haven't you, in that team? I really enjoyed watching the game. It was really good.
Yeah, we are.
I don't know their names, obviously, but I was really impressed with the girl who went to play at the back in the second half. I know I've told you that before. I was really impressed. I just changed the game.
She never played football before. Halfway through last season, she comes to us. Really good. Never played football before.
Really good. And obviously, we've got Ali D.
Ali Dwyer, yeah.
Ali Dwyer. So
we've known Ali since we were with Lamwer and she came to watch.
She's been brought up in
dugouts.
In and around dugouts and
with me, Gareth and Dom, unfortunately for her.
And dressing rooms before the boys start getting changed and stuff like that. Since she was tiny, and she's always been obsessed with.
Oh, she's football. So she's
great to see her do it so well.
And the best part about her is, obviously, she plays South Wales, Cardiff schools, X, Y, and Z. Even when she comes to our training sessions, which is just grassroots training, she buys into it. There's none of this I can do this. She buys into it. She's like a sponge. She just absorbs everything. She's just a genuine nice girl as well.
She's got a great free kick in our semi-final, didn't she?
It's like a punch in the face as well.
Yeah. Normally,
I saw that. Yeah, I saw the,
normally at that age, they, a free kick is just kick it as far as you can, and it dips under the crossbar. She whipped it with curl and pace over the wall into the top corner.
Imagine that if you see that
amazing
that Dom or Maz shared on it.
Yeah.
But I also see obviously the videos and stuff that the guys share with when she's training at the leisure, and I know that free kick that she would have scored.
Yeah, they've
worked on that for hours.
It's not the first time.
Dedication.
It's not the first time this season she scores goals like that weekly.
Yeah,
weekly.
Her obsession and dedication to football is incredible.
Oh, it's insane. Absolutely insane, to be fair to her.
Great to watch, though. Great to watch. And now you've got a final to look forward to.
We've got a cup final on 10th of May. So we're still with a chance of the league as well. I think we're 7 points behind top. We've got 6 games in hand or 5 games in hand or something like that. And we got them coming up in a couple of weeks on a Wednesday night.
Now, normally I'd say, you should win that then, but you're an Arsenal fan, and you obviously, it's very easy to choke when you're in those positions.
I'd rather have the points on the board than not. We'll see about this Wednesday when City go Burnley.
Yeah, we'll see, indeed, yeah. Well, it's something to look forward to. How much longer do you think that team that you're coaching with the girls will keep going? Because quite a few of them now are being selected in various squads and their interest from clubs.
We've lost Ali already. Yeah. She's already pre-signed for Cardiff City next season.
Yeah.
Like, we got another girl, Lexi. She'll be gone.
Yeah.
Anybody else, like...
What about your goalie? I got a bit of stick on Twitter for having a go at female goalkeepers a couple of episodes ago. Your goalie in our semi-final was amazing.
Oh, 2 unbelievable saves.
Oh, she was outstanding.
Yeah. She's playing a year up. Playing for us.
Is she?
So she might be another year away. She's good enough to. It's just whether the dad takes her to the
She
trials.
made a couple of saves in the first half.
Oh, unbelievable.
I thought it was terrific.
Yeah, she's good enough to. Yeah. It's just whether she gets selected for the trials or whatever. Because she's playing South Wales with Ali at 12s and 11s, kind of scores 12s and 11s. So she's good enough to. It's just whether she goes to the trials or whatnot. Problem is with the keeper is, as you know, I think there's 6 academies round here, and there's probably about 18 keepers going for it.
Yeah.
And I mean, there is some good ones around which I've seen as well. So
it's mad. It is mad with what the standard of it is. You can have such a massive variance of ability, but the kids coming through now, obviously, they've got far more of a professional sort of mentality and coaching coming through rather than just you put a pair of gloves on and getting goals.
Yeah.
It'd be really interesting to watch.
Well, she joined us recently this season, our keeper. She come train. She can I come and train and have a look? I was like, do you play anywhere else? Like, no.
Love that.
I said, do you want to have a go up front and train?
That's a coach's dream in kids football, that is.
She's like, no. Like, we weren't looking for anybody else, but we played Crusaders up St. Simon's in the league. Oh, yeah. We beat them, and the wind was fucking sideways. It was blowing a gale. And my daughter was a keeper. in the car, we was like, Dad.
Your daughter?
Gracie was a keeper.
She's about 3 foot.
She got us to where we are now until Georgia come along. But she's like, Dad, I can't do no more. So what do you mean?
She wanted to come out, did she?
She's like, I'm freezing cold. I'm soaking wet. She's like,
Yeah, we've been there.
she's like, I've had nothing to do for 6 weeks now, Dad. I want to get involved. So I was like, listen, I can try and find another keeper, but there's no guarantees. If you don't like playing out, you go back. And then obviously, Georgia wanted to come training.
Yeah.
And we got that done. And
Does your daughter enjoy playing out more?
Loving her.
She was tearing around in that semi-final, wasn't she?
She's got energy for days. She's a cell battery. She wakes up, that's it, gone, 100 mile an hour all day, every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. So, a couple more refereeing questions.
Yep.
Are you a member of the We Hate Gareth Morgan WhatsApp group yet?
No, I haven't refed the game we've been a part of yet, but I'm sure that won't be long before
Maybe invited after this.
Honestly, there's no. You don't have to referee or send me off to be in it. It's just, and I don't know if it's still going, but there was one at one point. I'm sure it still is. But we mentioned before we started recording. I said, right, stop. We won't do it. Refereeing Dean Morris, because Dean's a bit like me. Referees like, oh, he's a nightmare. He's this and that. What's your experience of Dean been? Dean's obviously a friend of the show.
I've done who was I to him against? It was 2 Senior Cup games. One was against Splot.
Yeah.
And I think they won 2-1. And one was a local derby up there, place. Can't remember who they played. I think they won 6 or 7-0. A couple of red cards for a fight afterwards when the game was over.
Yeah.
Never an issue. Not an issue at all with him. Always polite, courteous, come and shake my hand. Well done, ref.
Yeah.
Like, happy day, never an issue with him.
I've never understood why referees had an issue with Dean as a manager. As a player, he must have been a pain in the arse. But but as a manager, he sort of gets under opposing coaches' skin more than referees. From the games I've been around him, never been a ranter at refs when I've been around him as a coach. Do you know what I mean? So I was surprised to hear that said that he had a bit of a name.
They're reffing.
Well,
I was going to say it might be different if Matt's line. Have you ever had the line when he's been reffing?
No, I've only been in the middle.
Because you're saying there with a comment to the bench, you probably hear more on the line.
Don't get me wrong.
Of the way rather than being in the middle where he's not ranting.
Yeah, but don't get me wrong. You give a decision against a team. Everyone's ref this, ref that. You just got to switch off from it. You can only give what you can see.
I don't know why I've just thought of it. I've got to tell you this story from last Saturday. When I'm in Cardiff, I'm obviously helping with Landrumley a bit at the moment. And we're up at Cumberbatch last Saturday. We got Peter Small is refereeing. Oh. So he comes over. There's a bit of shouting going on from the dugout area generally, right? And he comes over, and I'm stood about 4 paces away from the dugout. Quite small dugouts that you can't all fit in. And he looks at me and he said, now bearing in mind we've known each other a long time, and he looked at me and he went, are you anything to do with this club? I said, yeah, I'm actually named on Comet today, I think, Peter. He said, get in the technical area then. And I looked down and there is no technical area to come back, right? So I started walking towards the patch of mud, and I said, where is the technical area? And he went, well, I don't know. And I looked at him and I said, well, I'm in it then. And he just laughed. And he went, fair enough. Fair enough. Personality.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's all about how you communicate with people, in my opinion.
Personality. But you know what? I probably wouldn't have tried that line with a few of them. Because they'd have been like, oh, you're being giving me attitude. But it was a joke.
Yeah.
He took it as a joke. We had a laugh. And then we went on with the game.
Move on.
Some of those are funny though. Who were we with when we went to Porth Call? When you got sent off? We were crossing. We're still in the dugout.
No, I didn't get sent off.
Porth Call.
I think I sent
Did you
off.
have to stand? But we were in the dugout, and the ref came over, and I'm sure he said sent you off, or get in the stand, and literally like. It's one step.
No,
it's one step.
No,
it was one step backwards.
That was the Britain Ferry years ago. Porth.
I don't know.
Porth. There's obviously 2 stands now, Britain Ferry, both sides of the pitch. But back there was dugout, and if you got sent off, the stand was 1 pace backwards into the stand. And yeah, I was managing Porth. and he sent me off, and I was like, I took one step back, and I stood exactly. I'm in the stand. What are you going to do?
As a ref, you like this. Funny to get your input on it. My favourite one I used to say to people, which obviously I don't do anymore because I'm not involved, is when I was physio, if ever I did get sent off, I go, can't send me off. I go, what do you mean? I go, what happens if someone gets hurt? They go, shut your mouth. All right, then. All right, ref. All right, ref. All right, ref. But it happened to me once where I did actually get sent off. Do you remember then? Someone got Will Summers, I think, smashed his head against the fence, cut his head open. Yeah. The ref looks at me, you sent me to the stand, and he went, come on in. Like, you sent me off. Oh, you come and treat him.
I heard that. Like, he thinks he's got some sort of immunity because he's holding a fucking bag with some Vaseline in it. I can say what I like because I'm holding a first aid bag.
Most refs go, all right, fair enough. If he gets injured, you're responsible for him.
If that was true, I'd have bought a first aid bag 15 years ago and saved myself thousands of pounds.
I got away with it.
You can get sent off, we don't have to leave the field of play, being a first aider. Why do you think I'm looking at my girl's comment? I'm coach and first aider.
Can't send me off.
It's a terrible example for the rest of the referees.
It is indeed, but I had a conversation with another referee, I think it was 2 weeks ago about this.
Yeah.
And he got sent off, same thing. He's sent off as a coach, but his name's a first aider. He said, okay, fine, you've sent me off, but I'm not, like, no coaching no more. He's like, no, go. And he's like, I'm a first aider. He's like, if you don't, I'm abandoning the game.
I hate that one. I truly hate that one. When they're like, public parks, for example, right, you know, parks football, whatever. So imagine at the leisure centre near where we live. And red card, and you're like, okay, and you walk back, and I've seen parents do this, and they go stand back, and they sit on a park bench 40 yards away, and they're trying to tell them they've got to leave the public park. And if you don't, I'll abandon the game. You're like, you're just making up rules now. That's not a... you don't have the authority to send somebody out of a public park.
Eastern High School. Must be my first year reffing.
Yeah.
It's being observed on a game.
Oh, yeah.
Sent the guy off. He's come over, slapped the cards out of my hand. Mm-hmm. So I was like, sound, no problem.
Brilliant.
So I said, right, he needs to leave. They're like, well, where can he go? I was like, listen, we're on a 3G. We've got the facilities, we've got the cage. Do you know once he leaves the cage? I'm not interested.
Yeah, he's off the ground,
Go and sit on the steps, on the benches.
Once he leaves the cage, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Like, but he's like, all the way through this, after he got sent off, I'll batter you, I'll go to your house, I'll do this. I was like, yeah, so no problem, not an issue, so to speak. You're 4'2", I'm 6'4", like, no problem at all. So in the end, blew up for full time. Went to the coach, I said, coach, do me a favour. He said, what's that? I said, he's only on one white paper.
Yeah.
For the technical assault to slap the cards off my hand. Yeah. I said, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Get rid of him.
Yeah.
Get rid of him. It's just not worth it. Yeah. But this whole leaving the parks pitch.
Yeah. Once it's a private ground, no issue. But yeah, it's a straight. But if that person doesn't leave this public park, I'm abandoning the match. And you're like, no, you're abusing your power now. You don't have the authority to do that. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Just. Where was I to the other week? I did a game the other week. And I was on a, where was it to? It was on a parks pitch somewhere. I said, right, you're gone. He said, where can I go? I said, do me a favour. I said, I can't tell you. Get back in your car and go
just
home.
go under the tree, that's enough for me.
I said, do me a favour. He said, what?
Stick your top off.
I said, that tree's 10 yards away. Go and stand next to the tree.
Just go away from the
side.
That's common sense. That's the difference. It's common sense. Not me. You go away, get away over there.
You can't judge anything in life on common sense, though, because you know, think about the average intelligence level of a human being in the UK. Just picture that for a minute. Half the people are more stupid than that.
No, I know.
So common sense can't come into it.
No, I'm saying as a referee, Matt's common sense. Just go over there.
Well, it's not even common sense there. That's, you know, granted, okay, get away from the pitch, but not get out of this public park that's
Park,
a mile wide.
The top pitch up there.
Yeah.
I can't see. I wait till you get to your car.
I can't see the changing rooms, never mind your car.
Well, that actually happened a long time ago. It was when I was coaching junior football a long time ago. And Dames Court, so the people I'm talking about now, they were in the under-16s league. Those people are now 40 years old. So it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
So Pontcanna and a lad went off and got a drink. He was already cautioned. Went off and got a drink in the under-16s and second yellow off. And he went to go 30, 40 yards away and just sit there. And it's not like he was sent off for like foul and abusive. Or
Yeah.
It was a technical caution that led to him being dismissed, right? And he wouldn't continue the game unless the child under the age of 16 was sent to the changing rooms at Pontcanna, where there was still like an hour of the match left. And they were just like, well, his parents aren't here. He's being taken home by the manager after the game. You can't make us make a minor do. And it all went on anyway. Referee abandoned the match. And that team didn't play football for 10 weeks while that whole appeal was going on. And you're just thinking, what on earth was that referee thinking?
But what was the consequence of that, though? What happened to the ref?
Nothing happened to the ref.
Because exactly
Nothing
that.
happened.
Exactly that. You go, wait, you can't. All right, well, I'll tell you what then. As a manager, if that happened, that's my son. Yes, we do it. I'm going as well then. But then I can't be here to manage his team.
Yeah.
So either I go over there with him because he's my son, or
They can just say, look, just tell a lad to go and sit 20 yards away, 30 yards away, 40 yards
throw
away.
their authority round.
Crazy. It happens every now and again. But what about, so obviously refereeing, we've taken the piss enough out of you now for turning to the dark side, as we jokingly called it. So how did you get into goalkeeping? Because you are choosing, you love football, but you're choosing some like freaky ways to be involved in it, aren't you? Refereeing and goalkeeping.
To be fair, I played youth football from Heath, I think it was Heath Park. Then obviously I moved to Rumney. But I was playing for Splot Albion on a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
And the keeper went down injured. I cooked one goals. I said, yeah, fuck it, why not? We'll have a bash in it. It's a Sunday morning. Had a good game.
Yeah.
And then it kind of just stuck from there then, so to speak.
Yeah.
And I ended up going, obviously working full-time as a kitchen manager at the time.
Yeah.
Had to stop playing then for a while. Went back to Splot Park, Splot Albion on a Sunday. We played against Trelawney then. And that's when then a few of my mates met a few people, become good mates with them, so to speak. I ended up going to Cardiff Hibs on a Saturday. And then, just stayed in goals from there, really.
Yeah. So how long did you actually play for? It was like 16 years in goals, something like that?
That was a fucking long time, guys.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly how
Yeah.
long.
Yeah. Yeah, because obviously you started about that age. It must have been about 16 years.
Yeah.
Did you ever like long to get back out, or once you went in net, was that going to be what you
No, I
wanted to
put
do?
too much weight down there, and I thought, this is a life. I'll stand here for 90 fucking minutes rather than chasing him round the pitch.
Just remind you at the start of this podcast, you and him were both claiming that it's really energetic playing in goals.
No. I said how to move balls was energetic.
Roger always tries to claim it's energetic playing in goals.
Fucking hard work.
Some games it can be.
No.
Some games it can be.
I'm not having it.
I enjoyed, granted I was about fucking 15, I enjoyed when I played out. I did play out at like 15.
I used to play centre back, but
14, 15 I was up front.
again, I was just kicking people for fun then, and it just cost me more and more money. So the further back I went, the more it saved me financially.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. Yeah, you're not getting as many yellows for tackles in goals.
And in fairness, I didn't say it to you yesterday. Matt made a comment to me yesterday when we were walking off after Sam scored that trick, that he must get his football ability from his mother, not his father. And I felt like saying, at the same age, I was probably as... No, he's better than me. He's better than me. But yeah.
Good player he is, real good player. He's strong, he's quick, he holds the ball it well. And as a striker, he knows where the fucking net is.
Just an angry little bastard, though, isn't he?
Good player. I like it.
I kept saying to him before the game yesterday, I went, it's a proper ref, mind. You can't be having a go at him.
No, I think
That actually would have been like tremendous fun if you'd sent Rodri's son off yesterday, that would have been brilliant.
To be fair, I think it was only one try. You only questioned one call
I
yesterday.
did it on purpose. I said it to you. I made a comment. He's miles offside. Ran through shot. Went offside. I went, oh, come on, ref. He's miles on. He just looked at me. I went, yeah.
So hold on.
Daylight.
I said, I must have got it right. He said, what makes you say? I said, you denied me. He said, gosh, I wasn't really looking.
One of them offside? No, that's fine.
Yeah.
No, it was good. But yeah, it was a funny game yesterday.
Well, Lammy's boy made me laugh yesterday in front of Jerry. He said, ref, he said, I thought you were excellent today. He said, I said, thanks, mate. I said, appreciate that. He said, can you do this every week? Jerry turned around, he said, you cheeky fuck, you didn't give me a handshake.
His answer was, because you're shit.
I find Jerry a tough watch. Referee, and I gotta be honest. Oh, some of the stuff he comes out with.
Thursday night, we had training on the back pitch here, and he was reffing the youth team here. And in fact, it was a break in training, ball Diag, I don't know, I caught Rawley, I think they were playing against. Diag went in, Lanremy striker went into the keeper. Keeper's come to punch it, and it's like, as he's punched it, the striker's walloped him. But he's one of them, the keeper's they generally have to smash into each other. The other dugout were going mental. He's done that, he smashed him, he's gone in with the elbow. And in fairness, I watched it, and I just heard Jerry go, they both went for the ball, the keeper got there first, the striker hit him, get on with the game. I thought, oh, fair, that's actually quite right.
Do you know the worst referee in the world? Lee Bridgman.
No, he's not.
He is. Lee Bridgman, who obviously used to manage Taft well, and he referees our charity game every year, Stephen Healy Memorial match.
Oh, okay.
Rubbish. Absolute rubbish. For somebody that used to give referees such abuse, he's terrible at it.
Do you remember when he had a tantrum, when Joey Blackwell had a go at him?
Vaguely. I think he threatened to knock Joe Blackwell out.
Joe Blackwell.
He's the ref.
Joe Blackwell. Joe Blackwell?
No.
Guy Blackwell was up, so Joe's same age as me. This is a charity match now. Bridgie's reffing, right? And it's always have a laugh at it, right? It was going on, he's reffing. Joe said to him and called him a cheat. Now, he is cheating, right? Bridgie is cheating to make sure that the game's of a level score.
It goes to penalties every year.
Right.
Every year apart from 2.
Okay.
It's gone to penalties in
It
how many?
was close.
10, 11
If
matches?
it's like 2-1 coming to injury time, you just know the ball's going to get knocked. You could be no one anywhere near the striker, falls over, penalty, score the goal.
I did it last year.
And,
I just said, it's 2 minutes left, Bridge, I better go down in the box. And So corner comes in, and they're all deliberately going nowhere near me. And so I ran into the goalkeeper with my shoulder and threw myself on the floor. Bridgie gives it. But honestly, when he's doing it properly, and Bridgie listens to these, right? Bridgie, you are the worst referee I've ever seen in my life.
But the one we're on about, though, Joe, well, my team's called him a cheat, which he was cheating in the game. Bridgie's head went. He sent him off. He was going to knock him out. This is a charity match, man.
I nearly lost my head with him one year. I believe it or not, even at my age.
So when you were playing?
When I actually I scored a bicycle kick against him. Now I was going to retire on that. It hit the post.
I think what he
caught it.
I think what he means he was falling backwards and he put his leg in the air. It wasn't like put on.
It was a bicycle kick. Fuck off. I didn't weigh quite this much, right? So anyways, I scored a bicycle kick off the post, and he caught it about 2 yards behind and pulled it out, as you would, didn't it?
100%. We've all done it.
And
One over the line, ref.
Bridgie's gone, it wasn't over the lot. I was raging with him, right? And Rodri boots it downfield now, because obviously the decision's given now.
Because you can't win a squad.
Boots it downfield now, and Rodri looks at Bridgie and he goes, 2 yards over the line, that's too late to do anything about it now. But honestly, he is absolutely diabolical at refereeing. He's just
Probably
bad.
having. It's funny.
Yeah. So for somebody that gave referees such stick, you'd think he'd be okay at it. He's just not.
Taught the kids his boy's got a football. Frankie, he plays as well.
He's been Newport, isn't he? No, Frankie, yeah.
He plays. He's good, really good footballer. Very good. So one thing I was going to ask you about refereeing, obviously because we do the kids. Went from the kids yesterday straight to the adults, with the youth today. What's worse in terms of... So obviously I saw yesterday. I mean, I know you got a bit of shit from the opposition yesterday in our game, but do you find the parents of the kids' football...
Yes.
worse.
It's
Than I was going to say, because I've noticed in a few games that I've watched and been involved in when we're planning back with Llanrumney, is our parents and stuff don't say a lot, but some of the ones you see, other teams in the age group, and the game on the pitch next to us yesterday, were just, I'm thinking, wow, some of the stuff that gets away. Now I know I've been bad, but some of the stuff that gets hurled at you, sometimes you just think like,
parents in kids football are the worst thing about football, I think.
Seniors,
Terrible.
if you give a decision, somebody says, ref, what's that for? You can explain it, and 9 times out of 10 they'll say, I don't agree with you, but I'll accept it.
yeah,
Back we go, 10 yards, whatever it is, penalty, goal kick, whatever, get on with the game.
get on with the game.
Parents, it's like, are you really talking to me? Like mind blown, so to speak.
Years ago, I remember there was years ago now, so it must have been working it out about 8-9 years ago. I was refereeing a game for my son's team the one day that I was coaching, and they were the worst team in Cardiff. So they'd win about 3 games, 4 games a season, that's it. And this was one of the days they were winning, right? And they actually went on to win the game, something like 6-5 or something. I gave the opposing team 3 penalties, right? And after I'd given the 3rd penalty, and they missed one of them, scored 2. After the 3rd penalty, I didn't give an offside. And they said I've been an outrageous cheat all day. Bearing in mind, I've given them 3 penalties during the game.
It's wild. Honestly, it's wild.
It was, I didn't used to get involved too much with it, but at that point I walked over to the coach and just said, look, we can disagree on the decision, but I'm not cheating.
You know what some of it though as well, I've heard on other pitches when I'm watching games and stuff, is in seniors football, it's 99% of the time it's the dugout area having a go at you.
Yeah.
And you might get the odd comment and stuff. Some of the stuff I found when I've been watching, when I was away from coaching and watching games and stuff, some of the crap that comes from parents to referees is bullshit. They don't even know what they're saying.
Yeah.
But they're just going like, thinking, you don't even know what you're saying. But it's just that whole referee, referee. And then, of course, then the kids are then picking up on it and going, oh, you're a fucking
Do you find that? Do you find
Oh,
that? Yeah. I said previously, when there's a parent or some parents on a sideline, it's noticeable that during the game, the team whose parents they are, at the start of the match, they're quite sound. They're okay. They talk to you as, you talk to them, they talk back to you respectfully. And the more abuse that comes from the sideline from parents, obviously, the people they look up to in life at that age, they get worse. Have you found that?
Yep. So when I done a junior game back last season, parents were shouting in the back. So I got to the coach and explained my definition of in the back. As a centre back, that I'll allow.
Yeah.
Like, you got to be able to protect yourself. Once it goes from that to that,
forward,
it's then a push.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, but he's still pushing my guy. Well, no, he's protected himself. He hasn't pushed his hands into him. He's protected himself as a defender, or even a striker where the defender's going, you've got to be able to protect yourselves. And then all you get from the start, once you've spoken to the coach, like yourself, from behind you, you just go, you haven't got a fucking clue. Where'd you get your overall book from? This is a fucking joke. He's pushed you in the back, and you're like, I've just told you what I've given, why I haven't given it, and it's not enough for you.
Yeah.
And the dog's life you get then.
Yeah, that's right.
So with junior football, 9 out of 10, I'll talk to the players. I'll blank all that out. I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, when Lammy shouted at me 4 times to make a sub, I blank it out. I'm not interested in listening to that. Like when I do a game on a Saturday afternoon, I say to them, swear in, I'm ready to the police are. If it gets too much, I'll speak to you two and say, right, captain, you deal with 10, captain, you deal with 8, or I will.
Yeah.
Like, just shut up and play football. When I hear about me, it's hear about you two.
It's the mad thing though, that's why I asked you that, because obviously, as a proper official, having reffed the game start of the season, which I absolutely hated it, is...
I wish I'd known I'd have come to watch.
But I did the same
would have
thing.
brought the cameras down.
First game of the season against Cantor, who were going to win the league, I had the same thing you said to the captains. I could see him because a lot of the boys go to school with Sam. Walked over going, oh, fucking hell, it's his dad. So look, I'm not a ref. I'm by myself. I've got no linesman. There's no VR. I give what I see, talking about it and stuff like that.
There's no VAR.
No,
you big time Charlie.
No, but it's trying to do the thing to the kids are going, I'm by my fucking self. It's that when I'm going like, I give what I see, and let's be fair, boys, I ain't keeping up with play, am I? So it was exactly that, but still having like it's the abuse to come from the parents. But then we had a game with Lanrumney a few weeks ago where it was a coach ref in the game who was blatantly cheating, and then the players going, ref cheating. And it's almost like going, well, where'd you go with that? Because then he blatantly was.
Yeah.
And that's the point of it. It's like, you go with that and you're thinking, like, a few times I remember saying to Sam, well, Sam, shut up. He's going, but he is, Dad. And I'm like,
yeah, but that's the thing is, that's chicken and egg, though, isn't it? Because the reason there's not enough people to referee junior football matches is because of knobheads on the sideline parents.
Yeah, I know, get that.
So it's you know, you've made your own problem, haven't you, with junior football, and it's obviously not your kids' generation, because it's been caused decades. It's been like it, hasn't it? You know, there's adverts on the TV about it. You see coaches from America. It's the same over there. The problem of the parents and all
Look,
this.
my missus hates a Saturday, because 9 times out of 10, I'll try and pick up 2 junior games in the morning. Not for the financial side of it.
Shut up, you are starving for it.
Hey, I'm a lorry driver, I'm making up money. Not for the financial side of it, but I don't like seeing games go without official.
No, I understand that, yeah.
And I feel like, so I'll always try and do, like, if there's 2 down here yesterday, I would have done at 9 o'clock, and then at 10:30, and then gone to my senior game afterwards.
Yeah.
In fairness, we've had that with Larry, with Jerry. I mean, in fairness, he's probably harsher against our team, although his grandson plays in goals. He's harsher against us than the other team. But we've had games where we've gone place. We said, have you got a ref? You know, he's a qualified referee. Do you want a referee? And they're like, oh, no, our boy will do it. They're like, all right. But he says for the same reason, just because you rather have someone who knows what they're doing than someone who just goes, oh, I'll just do it because I've got a whistle.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting when we have. I thought you'd say that with the parents, but it is sort of seen it and experienced it.
Interesting. You've had the same experience as well with the kids getting worse when the parents are bad on the sideline.
Oh, do you know if it's a good game when the parents say nothing? Them junior games, like that one yesterday, I may as well have not been there. Because they weren't giving me, like, I know the one guy, I used to play with him when I played for Coopers over 35s, Reese. Nothing untoward. But apart from that, like, I may as well have not been there. But I've done some games. Fuck me, I'm thinking, this is out of the men's game, just because of the verbals we got off it.
Yeah.
And it's like, at that age, you're only going to learn by getting booked.
Yeah, of course you are.
And I'm a stickler for this. I always put my cards in as well. I'm fucking terrible. And the dad's like, why you put it in? I'm like, well, in the nicest possible way, if my daughter's done something wrong and she gets booked for her mouth, bang the right, you put it in.
Yeah.
And then I'll make her empty the dishwasher to earn that money back for me to pay the fine. That's the only way, in my opinion,
there's a consequence.
These kids are going to learn, so to speak.
Yeah. So that leads on to the final bit I want to just talk to you about. So obviously you've got an interest in local football as well, haven't you? Like you said, you don't like seeing games without refs. You've got a genuine sort of want to give back a bit, haven't you? To stuff. And we've been chatting recently, and we were doing the same up at the club last night with the Lanrumney guys. How things have gone in local football in terms of not the level of football or behaviour or anything else, but just in terms of the what's now acceptable. You know, we've talked on previous podcasts that you can just. This happened to Lanrumney's second team a week or so ago. It can be 11:30 on a match day, and you just get notified, the game's off. They can't raise a side, and the only consequence to that is a fine, and you'll have to play that game again at a time that suits that opposition that they now can raise a team. And you know, do you see what I'm saying in terms of? I think, like I was saying about the reason there's no referees for kids' games is because parents have been arseholes to kids' referees for years. The deterioration now in the number of Parks teams there are, Parks football in Cardiff, but it's the same across in Wales. Yeah. But also there are some leagues that are starting to deteriorate in number and people are actually leaving to go to other leagues because you can just repeatedly do this. We haven't got a full our strikers injured today, we'll call it off, but there's no consequence. So what you were saying there about putting yellows and reds in, it is actually important you do that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because there's a consequence to the player that did something they shouldn't do. And I don't think there's enough of that for clubs either.
Well, we got in the kids league. We're in a 9-team league. Yeah, 9-team league. We played 16 games, played 15. There's a team in our league have played 6. Now the league finishes in about 3 weeks. When's the kids finish? End of April? Beginning of May?
My girls are the 31st of May.
Right. So, but there's no way they're going to finish that. There's no way they're going to finish the league. And there's games being called off late in the you know, consequences of other things as well that could happen. But can't raise a side. Don't know the reasons for it. But just they've played 6 games since the 1st of September.
I think that's all down to the league's rule book and handbook. Like, I'm on a committee for the Cardiff combination.
Yeah.
With us, if you don't give 28 days notice or you can't field the team in 22 days, it's a 3-0 loss. It's that simple. Like,
we were talking about earlier.
It's a 3-0 loss.
I know in other leagues,
popular.
in other parts of Wales, South Wales, that's the scenario. It's you're given an opportunity, you got your free games. If you can't play for whatever reason, I can't remember, but it ends up being a 3-0 win.
Yeah, so it's a 3-0 walkover and the fine on top of that as well.
Lanramney's second team, it's at least 3, if not 4 matches this season that have been called off sometimes a week in advance, which is not or 5 days in advance. It's not as bad. It's still bad.
Yeah.
And there should still be consequence to it. But, you know, the one a couple of weeks ago where the lads were probably packing their kit bags when it came in, or they can't raise a side. But there's no 3-0 loss to that in that particular league. But there's plenty of leagues that are like that. That's not having a pop at one particular league. But I just think in the desire to sort of keep people playing football, I think sometimes there's no consequence. So there's no consequence to the yellow card for the 12-year-old because it doesn't get put in. So it's not really a consequence at all, is there? Or even the red card, they don't get the ban.
Yeah.
Even if it was an unjust one, because do you know what will happen? Sometimes, little sausage in life, unjust things will happen to you. So this will teach you to deal with it. You get your 3-match ban now. But the same is happening throughout, certainly grassroots, but I think there's elements of it going up into higher leagues as well, where there's no consequence to things anymore. And as a result of that, people will always push for a little bit more.
You give an inch, take a mile.
I've had questions myself about, you know, if, you know, Lanramney are in a relegation battle, if they end up in Parks Football, and sort of having a debate with myself and going, okay, so should we just tell the players that we're only ever going to play when there's a full team? So if there's, just letting you know, lads, if we hit a bit of an injury crisis or whatever, we're not going to play the game, all right? So just prepare yourselves for that. That's not right, is it?
No, you just
That's not right.
You've got a second team for a reason.
Because when did a young player ever get a chance? It's when when a senior player's got an injury, isn't it?
100%.
Or a suspension or something like that.
100%.
But the notion that you can have a league decided and go, oh, fuck, there was a couple of lads injured this week, we'll just call it off and there's no consequence, just seems madness to me.
Oh, 100%.
I don't get it. There's Sunday leagues have got it. There's some a couple of leagues. I did a bit of research into it for weird reasons, but a couple of leagues sort of further west from where we are now have got this. Well, look, you know, we just want to keep people playing the game.
Like, I mean, at Alliance level, I personally agree with the 28 days because I think you've just got to be super organised.
Yeah. That's why it's 42 now.
Yeah, that's why it's 42 now. Is that? Yeah. Yeah, I got no problem with 3 weekends, by the way. I don't know 100% at all. I prefer that. I prefer that because I think it's a farce that you can't do that when it's not their job. So do you remember Lanswick Major years ago came to us when we were going for promotion? They had a stag doing their entire first team was going within they're all minor. They were trying to move that match for about 4 or 5 months, and the league were just no. You can bring it forward, but you can't push it back. You know, they should have been able to 5 months earlier say, look, they're amateur football players. They're going on a stag do. Do you know what I mean? No. And they treated them like a professional football team. They said, no. You've got a game. You have to play your reserves. That can't be right, can it?
I agree with the fact that they've said the reserves because if you, like, the way we work in a combination, if you can't play your firsts, you said your seconds play your first.
Yeah.
So they had put that request in 4 months early.
Yeah.
Well, it depends.
So I'm saying, what I was saying was, I agree with 3 weekends. At the end of the day, they're amateur football.
Oh, yeah.
So I agree with being able to 28 days in your league. Is it 42 in the alliance? No problem with 3 weekends and stuff like that. That's no issue at all. The issue for me is the the week of the game. Oh, the cameras are solid. Oh, call it off. 20 quid fine.
No, I know some
You
leagues
do that
have,
off, wouldn't you?
I know some leagues have upped their fines massively this year.
I know some not.
But also got to say the consequences if
There is no.
It's constant. That's what I'm saying.
11 on a Friday night. When you're playing at 10 the next morning, at 11 on a Friday night, games are being called off because teams can't feel.
I was down here the other Saturday. Doing a game, not a problem. There was a game on a pitch next to me. Larry said, "Oh, can you phone X, Y, and Z? Find out where they are. No problem." So before I phoned him, he said, "I said, wait, so you got a game on you?" "Oh no, we can't get you." I said, "Okay, when did you call off?" 10:25. Kid off 10:30. And now the game's been rescheduled for a Tuesday night.
But because there's no consequence, that'll happen to that poor coach again. Because it won't be the coach's fault. It'll be kids.
Oh, 100%. But
You know, on that as well, on the flip side of that, I've also seen within
Right.
a team turning up at a venue for a midweek game in Easter, team all kit, ready to go, 10 minutes to kick off. Where are you? 3 hours later, the coach has responded saying, "Sorry, I just got off a plane. I called it off 6 weeks ago." So you've got a team who's travelled from one side of the city to the other to play a game that was never going to happen, and the team that had travelled were never told that fixture wasn't going to happen.
yeah.
And you think,
Come on.
so what's your involvement with the Cardiff Combination League? What led you to that? Because it's like, I was just, obviously I know your missus. I was just going to ask you, do you not like your missus or something?
To be fair,
She deserves a medal.
to be fair, 95% of our meetings are all on Zoom.
Okay.
So I'm in the house anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I think we only had a handful that haven't been, so to speak.
Yeah.
And they're not on a Wednesday night, so Zoom works for me because I've not been training the girls on a Wednesday night anyway.
Okay.
So, but no, I got asked to join in halfway through last season.
Yeah.
My mate was doing a ref allocation, so he was just giving me games left, right, and centre. I got to know the teams more and more then.
Yeah.
Got to build a relationship with the other refs.
Yeah.
He stepped away. He said, "Oh, do you want to do it?" I was like, "Well, it makes sense because I know the refs, I know the teams, I know who and where I can send where and when, so to speak." And I only allocate the refs on there, really. Well, I'm supposed to only allocate the refs on there, really. But some days I answer the phone to BT helpline because they just don't fucking stop, mate.
Yeah.
It don't stop. Like X, Y, and Z, they pulled up the game to us for a kickoff. Okay, that's fine. But I'm currently in the back end of Edinburgh.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do about it?
Yeah.
Like, then given 28 days, you'll get the win.
Yeah.
But what more can I do?
Yeah.
Like, I'm currently driving a 50-foot lorry back from Edinburgh. There's nothing more I can do for you. And they're like, "Oh, okay, no worries, thanks."
I think in that type of scenario though, that once they hear the words you'll get a 3-0 win, I do think it appeases most people because it's not your fault, is it?
I disagree with you
about that.
I disagree with you. It's happened once in our league.
Yeah.
2 teams go for the title. They've played, one team will go for the title.
Yeah.
They lost 11-0.
Yeah.
They're meant to be playing the other team going for the title.
Yeah.
And they've called it off. And the other team going for the title, just got a 3-0 win. Goal difference.
Yeah, but such is life. What are you meant to do?
No, I know what you're saying.
As a league, as an administration, what are you meant to do?
I see what you're saying, but
I do think 3-0 is quite lenient.
I was just saying, there must be bigger consequences as in a 10-0 or something like that. So, because if you stay up on goal difference,
it's hard because my head tells me 5-0, yours tells you.
Yeah.
In rugby terms, I know, and it's not. In rugby terms, I know, and you could have a whole different conversation about these walkovers. If a team cannot fulfil a fixture in rugby, the other team get a 28-0 win, which is 4 tries bonus point, so they get 5 points.
Which is fair.
So,
So imagine you had a scenario in a league where they had them on 11-0, so you've made it 10-0 for the
Yeah. I mean,
and when the other team going for the title played them, they'd be in 3-1. they're now raging that it's 10-0.
Yeah.
They're never going to win.
Yeah, no,
they're never
100%.
going to win. So
I think 3-0's a bit lenient. Myself.
yeah, it's quite nice.
4 or 5 maybe.
Yeah.
5 at a push.
Yeah. Imagine you had to like not lose by more than 5 to stay up. Just don't play that.
Yeah.
Just take the 3-0.
But then with us, if you forfeit a game 3 times, we'll have you in for a meeting and we'll talk about you.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I know that.
In other areas of South Wales and all that happens as well.
And if it's not a legitimate reason why you're doing it, we will just say off you go.
Yeah.
So they're not interested.
Yeah. Well, fair play to you, mate, because Christ, when you said you were getting into refereeing, we were like, oh, you're nutter. But you've really got into it.
Oh yeah.
You've really sort of put your heart and soul into it.
I've built good relationships with clubs as well, which I think,
Yeah.
like prime example, I had an email come through the other week of a game I'd done out of Cardiff, just saying how good I was. And I was thinking, fuck me, like, I never spoken to you in my life before, and I've got this 4-page paragraph coming.
You've got it next week again if you want.
I'm going to, so I'm back. You went all that. I was going to done for the season now because obviously people are finishing their season.
Yeah.
So I'm only doing local leagues now to the end of the season. But again, I'm happy with that. I've got a couple of hard lines, but I'm happy to do local leagues.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Who used to ask for custard creams?
Huh?
Which referee do we have? We've had one referee, older referee, who used to come down, used to literally say, I'm sure it was one, I don't think it was Laney, someone wanted custard creams and a cup of tea. That wasn't, and that's not a piss take.
I still have the people talk to him. Can't see. So a bit of housekeeping before we finish. So we've got to mention, it'll be wrong. Trevelyan won the Cymru South.
Yeah.
Canbryan and Ammanford promoted. I saw Ammanford, friends of the show. We need more West Wales people on, by the way, because we were meant to be getting meant to be getting the ex-manager on, but we just couldn't make dates work on the last series, so hopefully get to do it now with Griff. But on the bad side, my ex-club Cumbrae Celtic relegated. Disappointed for him. I know obviously it's been a tough season, but worth noting. And other housekeeping, bit of news I picked up yesterday. Apparently on a recent tour to Benidorm, Rodri was stealing pizza. So I was told yesterday, fucking right, truth.
I can even tell you what happened. Ethan Mackey had her in his room. Yeah. I was in my room. Ethan Mackey had the pizza box. I had some.
Stealing pizza. Full-grown man, by the way. Full-grown man. Although, I don't know whether he... hang on, I heard you stole a burger bun as well one night. No, I didn't. I was told you stole a burger bun. A fucking burger bun?
If he had a fucking burger in there, would have. In fairness, I don't know. I think Ethan said, like, can I have a slice?
Or...
Because we were pissed. If he left the pizza in my room and he's gone in his room, that's his fault.
Possession's not intentional. No, fucking stealing pizza. A man of your caliber stealing pizza.
I nicked his sandwich last year.
When I was told that last night, I said, "Oh, I'll bring that up when we're speaking to Matt about shoes."
Yeah.
Yeah. So tomorrow you're texting then. All right, so you're
telling stories now, are we? All right. Okay.
You got any for us from the tour?
No.
You're fucked. I didn't get to go on this trip.
What's my make work with you?
No, I was going to go on it, but there was somebody going on the trip. I thought I can't spend 4 days doing it. It wasn't modern.
That's not bad.
Well, mate, I'd love to say I hope Arsenal turn it around.
We're done for, mate.
But I'd be lying, and I don't want to lie to your face.
No, we're done for, mate.
It comes to something when I want Manchester City to be going to be.
It's happened again.
It's happened again.
Can't win 1 game in 6. I win a league.
No, true, but you know, we started talking about Arsenal, finished talking about them. I don't think you could accuse them of bottling it today. I just think they came off.
2 chances, 2 goals. Goals didn't give us.
How many times you hit the post? 3?
Yeah, 2 or 3 times you hit the post. Yeah, it's one of them things, mate.
Yeah. Well, we're going to go home now because I'm going to watch a lot of Match of the Day again. I enjoyed it so much.
I'm not. I most definitely am not.
Mate, been a pleasure. Thanks very much for obviously rearranging with us, and best of luck to you. And no, genuinely look forward to seeing you going up to the adult leagues in due course, and good luck for that.
10th of May.
Yes, that's the big one. Yeah, you can have a back burner. 10th of May is a big one. Be there
The
for
big
that.
one.
Let's get a trophy over there from the girls, shall we?
Absolutely. Well, we'll have to give them their own little corner in the club. That's all Joe's and stuff like that. But yeah, good luck. Good luck to Matt's team on the 10th of May. Good luck to the referee, because he's an absolute pain in the ass.